going to get all the source code pulled in. Alright, so if I look into my root directory and CMPS 415.2, there's a new folder here. When I open up this folder, it has a .git file right at the top. So what that means is that git clone successfully showed me that Git is installed onto my computer and it pulled down all the files from Node.js getting started. Alright, let's go over here. Then it says go into this folder. Okay, that's fine. CD node. Alright. We can do we can see all those files got loaded into it when we did git clone. Alright, so I'm just following the directions. Okay, I'm just following the directions. I go back here and go, I've cloned this app using the source code. And then it wants me to do something. Heroku create. Wait, I missed something. Dang it. I was supposed to test my installation for it. Right here, I skipped something. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can log on to Heroku. Heroku login. Alright, you ask for my credentials for Heroku. Oh, damn it. It was working a second ago, y'all. Did I? Oh, that's it. One of these days I need to learn how to type. Again?
Yeah, you did S-O-U-H-D instead of T-H. There you go.
Oh. One of these days I need to learn how to type. Alright, it says I've logged on, everything's good. Okay? So check this out. I can do this. I can do Heroku create. And what Heroku create does is it actually creates a new Heroku application for us to deploy on. And it gives you this weird like default thing. In this case it is Arcane Fortress. Alright, it sounds epic.
Under being able to log into Heroku.
Alright, are you on a VM?
No.
Oh, you're on a thing? Right, so just double check because it's the same, it should be the same thing if it pulled up
I
into your
don't
Heroku.
need anything installed on my computer for Heroku login.
You do. The Heroku Node and NPM, you can install those 4 times. Awesome. Alright. So this creates a new app, right? So let me show you what this does. I'm going to go over here to my dashboard. And it created a new app called Arcane Fortress and some number. That's what Heroku Create does. It just automatically adds this. Let's see what happens in the rest of this tutorial here. Where were we? We were at prepare the app. Nope. We're deploying. And this is what it wants. It says create this new thing and then git push Heroku master. I want to end this push Heroku master. And this is not a git push. This is not what just happened. Alright? This is a platform as a service. Let's go through and look at everything that just happened. Alright, when I did git, what are we doing today? Right here, git push Heroku master. What does git push usually do?
Pushes your code up to the branch.
Right. It just goes up and it adds it to the master branch because it says master at the end. It uploads the code to a Git server, and usually a Git server just stores it there. It might resolve some conflicts or something like that. That's not what happens in this case. when we do a git push, what happens is the Heroku git server does way more. First, it does the git. All this stuff is normal git. But look right here. It says building source. GitHub does not build applications. Alright? But Heroku does. It builds the application. It detects that it's a Node.js app. It creates the environment for Node.js to run at and configures it. It installs all the NPM and Node things that are necessary. It builds any of the dependencies based on what's in the package. And then get this. Launching released version 3 on https arcane40herokuapp.com. Verified that it deployed? Yep, it did. So look, I know how to do copy and paste. I think it's Control C works. Let's check it out. If I go to this URL, I just built that. That was the default application for this, getting started with Node.js stuff. So when I copied and pasted, I actually deployed that. Let's get way simpler than this, okay? Let's start over from scratch and let's build a sample project together. All right. So let me check the time. We're on time for it. All right. Now's the part where I'm going to start playing real stupid real quick. I'm going to go to GitHub, and I'm going to go to this GitHub for, you kind of got to watch this guy. He's a little bit of a troll on his GitHub. So just be careful with this John W. Burris account. He is not to be trusted. All right? If you see a repository and it says, oh, all of the answers for so-and-so class, yeah, I was trolling people. Don't do that. All right? So this 415 example, by the way, you can go to github.com and search for John W. Burris. That's me, by the way. I probably should have introduced myself. Yeah, that makes that joke a lot more relevant.
I'd be surprised if no one knew who you were.
There's a couple of people I don't know, so it's, all right, so on this account, there's a repository for 415 example. You can actually download this. I'm going to download this as zip right now. Open that up. I'm going to copy and paste the source code for server and package.json. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to my root drive. And I'm going to go to this thing that I created right here, 415.2. I'm going to delete that crap that I didn't know what it was because I was following a tutorial. Oh, I have to CD out of it. I'm sorry. I'm going to try again. Oh, come on.
I think that's what is the command prompt to do it.
But see, usually we CD out of it. I don't know. I have to close the whole command.
I believe so.
Dang it.
You have to close all applications that use the file.
Oh, that was annoying. All right, so I'm going to thank you for letting me know. You weren't annoying. That was annoying. All right, so I'm going to paste these two files into the CMPS 415 folder. So all I did was I went to the GitHub account for John W. Burris. I got the two files, server.js and package.json, and I put them in this root directory. Now I'm going to try to build what I just downloaded into an app. Let's see what are in these files. All right, I'm going to open server.js. Okay, so it doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, I'm not sure what this does. We'll have to figure it out. But let's go ahead and open up package.json too. Alright, let's check this out. I think this is a very simple Hello World version of a Node.js app. Okay, so what we're going to try is we're going to deploy Hello World, which takes the first day of Computer Science 161 to a very sick version. All right, so let's try it out. I want to commit these two things. So here, let's go back to the command prompt. I'm going to navigate to the directory. All right, and I went to the directory that's there. I'm going to try to get to where we can all see this. And I can see these two files. All right, so when you're running Node, y'all seen this in the PowerPoint. You could do node space and then do server.js, and it'll run that app locally. Right? And this works. This is all fine. It works fine. And it'll actually build it locally. But that's not what we're going to try to do. What we're going to try to do is we're going to take these two files, package.json and server.js, and what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to build a deployed app based on these two files. Okay? So, I don't know exactly how to do this. By the way, this is where I start playing it out real quick. Alright. I'm going to go back to my tutorial. The window. Getting started with Heroku. Deploy the app. Git push Heroku master. Let's try it. Git push Heroku master was a way to like push this stuff up to a server, right? Let's see what happens if we do that right here. Git push. Alright, didn't look up. Git push Heroku master. Not a Git repository. Somebody help me through this. It
You
says,
have to create a new one?
create a what?
New master?
Do I?
A repository.
It's referring to the directory that you cloned.
The directory I'm in,
That's
CMPS 415.2, is that a Git repository?
Well, she needs a branch.
It is not.
Right. So what we have to do is we have to make this into a Git repository.
It's like create repository?
It's
I
git
can't remember
create,
the command.
right? You know how to do that?
I don't know. I don't use this nonsense.
Correct.
I have a PhD, so I don't have to ever do code. Y'all looking at me for like, I don't even know how to type. All right, Git create, is that what I said?
We're ready.
Let's use Git help to find out. All right, let's just type Git, and that's the same thing. So it says Git, clone, init, add, wait, what?
Creates an SD one.
Init, so let's try it, init. Git, init. Wait, what?
This is get in.
Get in! Yes, hey, you so country. Alright, so let's do the directory, see if it added anything. It didn't add anything, but I think it's probably a hidden file. Let's try it. Alright, so now I'm going to do my git push, all that stuff. Failed to push some rest to Heroku. Add individual. What does adding files do?
It adds untracked files to the repo.
Oh yeah, we have to add and push on.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, so everybody remembers that once you have a Git repository in local, y'all are a lot better at this than me. It took me forever to figure this out. All right, once you create a repository, you have to do git add to add individual files, or you can just do everything in the current directory. I'm going to do everything in the current directory. Yeah, whatever. All right. Warnings, you don't have to pay attention to warnings, right? Does anybody pay attention to warnings? That's right, because it's America. All right. So then we do a git commit, and we commit everything. Oh, what is this?
Oh, that's the comments.
Man, this is too complicated.
Um,
How do I leave?
I think it's it might be exclamation point.
Alright, so if you just do git commit, it's going to bring up VM, and nobody wants to do VM, right?
I'm fine with it.
I'll throw a shoe at those. No need to do that. Instead, what we do is whenever we are committing something, we do git commit, and then we do -m, and we add our commit message, which needs to be a very descriptive string providing what you've done. All right. So very descriptive of all changes made. All right. So we do our commit. Now, 2 files changed, 33 and 30. All right, whatever. Now what do we do? Push. A push? Let's try the push. Git. We're going to push this code up to a server. The one that we are using is kind of like a variable name. All right. Heroku. This is like the active Heroku Git thing. When we did that previous command, it kind of set up like an environment variable, if you want to think of it this way, where Heroku is now, that's the Git server that we're going to be pushing to, okay? So this is active, and then we're going to commit it to the branch master. No, push it to the branch. All right, master. Let's see what happens. Heroku does not appear to be a Git repository. What can we do?
Did you log in?
I don't think I did. Let me try that. Let me try that. Make it a point. Heroku login. How many times is it going to take Jack Zuckerberg to spell southeast? Just can't even say the damn thing. How's it going to take the southeastern? Take the wins when you get them. All right. I don't know what's going on. This has never happened before. Anybody know any good jokes? All right. I don't know what's going on, but I think let's try to get pushed. No. I got an idea. Oh, I have Netflix open. We can all watch Netflix first. All right. Let's look over here. Heroku create. Let's do it. Let's do Heroku create. Let's create an entirely new app for this. All right. Heroku create. We created a new app. Arcane, whatever it was. Who cares about that? Oh, y'all, Heroku's not one to. I've reached the limit of 5 apps. Let me show you how to do this. This is interesting. All right, so I'm going to Desolate Atoll settings, all the way at the bottom. Delete app. Copy and paste this. All right, now I can create a new app. Okay, now here's what's interesting. When I did create, the second string looks an awful lot like a Git repository. So let's see if we can push. We had our folder with our new server.js and our package.json. So that didn't seem to be a Git repository. So we get init, git add, git commit, and now we think Heroku is going to be set up to this Git repository. Let's see if we can do a push to Heroku using the master branch. We did it.
Professor, is your GitHub connected to your Heroku account?
No, it is not. That is a great question.
So how does it know it's pushing to your GitHub account?
It doesn't. In fact, we're going to pull from there, and from that point on, we'll be using a local repository and pushing from our local repository over to Heroku. So that's a great point. So you should actually do a push to your GitHub when you want to save it, and a push to Heroku when you want to deploy it. That's a very good point. All right. Ideally, you would just use Heroku and then have a master branch, and then another branch that's like testing. All right. So, Young Ravine sounds exotic. All right, let's try this out. Young Ravine. Let's go over to a new thing. Let's see what we've got. Now, this was. I think I closed it. Okay, it didn't give us much. It didn't give us much at all. But if we want to figure out what's going on, we have a couple of things that we can do. First, this is straight from the tutorial. I can go over to this link here and I can do Heroku logs. And what it'll do is it'll actually give me all of the things that happened whenever I was doing my deployment. Now the app is running. So look, right here you can see basically the console window. Starting process. Node app is running at localhost 2223. State change from starting to running is what it says on the right. And then finally it actually logs that there was a request for this application. This is the way you look for the console for a Node application. Let's go back to Visual Studio Code and try to understand routes. All right. Any clue Node? You know how to walk near tables? If you know Node.js. All right. I don't want somebody that knows the language real well to answer this question. Okay, so all the time. All right, I want you to think for a second. Now, when I opened up Handsome Ravine or whatever it was, all right, it said, /get. It didn't give me hello world. It just said /get. And I can't tell you why. I actually don't know why I did that. Now, this Node app is running at localhost. The function for that is console.log. Look, that did come into the logs right here. Node app is running at localhost 2223. That was printed out. What I want is when I enter in this endpoint with something like a browser, I want it to tell me hello world. And I want to be absolutely clear how epic what we just did is, okay? We had two files in this folder, server.js, package.json. Here's the text of these two files. They're just basic beginning Node.js applications like you've seen in PowerPoint and all that stuff. We actually took those two files and we deployed them out onto the interweb, right? To the link at http://youngravine26795.herokuapp.com. So now this is actually on the web, it's deployed, it is a running Node.js app by only doing a git push. Okay, we did a git push and deployed it. That's pretty cool, right? Alright, my question is when I go to this website, how do I make it according to this code tell me hello world. And once again, if you know a lot of Express, don't answer. Do you know a lot of Express?
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, okay.
I have a good idea.
Oh, so you don't use nothing? Tell me. If you're not a Node.js.
/API /test.
Why?
You hit the router, and then it tells you to go, I don't know, I guess test. I don't know how to explain it, I'm guessing.
That would be some pretty good guess. I don't think you're right. I think it's / no, you're all right. But I think there's. Let's try it. So what Andrew is saying? He's saying he sees endpoints. He sees routes, right? And Node.js uses what's called the REST architecture. The REST architecture is the same thing as what the internet is built off of. It's a series of directories. But inside of Node.js, we call them routes or endpoints. It's that second part of the request string. See that request string that I put in over here on the left-hand side that says youngravine.herokuapp.com? That's the URL part of a request. Up next is the routes, right? The /this/this. It looks like directories, right? But in Node.js, we call them routes. And then after that, if we're using Git, it'll show an input coming into it, okay? The variable, that question mark. Everything on the right-hand side of the question mark is kind of like the parameters, okay? So this section right here, this /test is telling us which route we're going to, okay? So my first attempt is going to be to add /test. Even though Andrew, really, I am impressed. I had to say, give a wrong answer before I do the right answer. What this looks like is /test. All right, so we're not there yet. But now we can see what it was saying. First off, the title of this webpage that you can't read is error. Okay, it's not usually a good way to start a webpage. Okay, usually bad. Right at the top it says error, and then it says what we knew. This is going to print out everything we know about the request we took. What kind of request was it? It was a GET request. Oh, you know what? There's a little bit of this would be useful. It says cannot do a GET request, and then it says what the folder is. It cannot complete a GET request for this folder. So now let's examine here. This is interesting because let me tell you what happened. We had a GET request, since we were using a browser, for that /. But the thing about it is for the routes is exactly what Andrew was saying. All right? He said, no, we've got this other thing. We've got a weird thing called a router that uses /API. All right? So let's see what we can do here. If I go over to this browser, and I change it, I can't. /API /test. Hello world. And the title is not error. Okay? So we did good. That was our hello world. Now this is super, super important. Okay? Now, what if I wanted to create a new route that said something like created a new ticket? Right? How would I accomplish that? Let's look back here. Let's look at our, goodness, where is it? Look at the endpoints we want to create. Let's do this one. We want to get request for /rest /ticket /ID. Somebody help me out here. How can we modify this to where we can identify that somebody going to that point, that entryway, is going to want to enter a ticket? Because let me tell you right now, this is what's going on. Whenever I make this request into a Node.js app, what it essentially does is it calls a function. It makes this function call. For this router GET, okay, so when I get a GET request, which is the same thing as a browser request, to the URL that ends in /test, I am sending a response of 200, which means response, and we send a text, hello world. Okay? When we get to the end of the function, that's the end of the request. So making a request into our Node.js is kind of like an event-driven thing that goes to this function call. How can I make it to where we look for something that says this app name /rest /ticket / what was the new one? /rest /ticket. How can we print out something that says, hey, I know that you want to enter in a new JSON object. Somebody tell me.
You change the string that I get.
Let's not change it. Let's add it. No, that's a good point. All right. I just want to try this stuff because let me tell you, I have no idea what a lot of this stuff does. I am not a Node.js developer. All right. So let's try it. And my battery's running out, so it might. So I had API as a route right here. What should my router be for these? Let's try REST. And instead of using the test folder, how are we gonna handle this request?
List.
What was it?
Ticket.
Oh, for creating a new one. Oh, you know what? Let's do list. You're right. Whoever said ticket was right. Let's do list because it'll still be a GET request. All right, let's do this. And now we're going to go, we want to get all tickets. Instead of hello world, I want to say get all tickets. All right, let's see. I'm going to change the word here. All right, how do we feel? How do we feel? Good? All right, let's try it out. So I made a change. I just hit Control S and saved it. Where is that file changed at? On my laptop. So if I come over here to this file, this window, and I hit refresh, it's going to change diddly squat, right? All I've done is change on localhost. That's not localhost. That's not this computer. That's some server for Heroku. How are we going to make this change on Heroku? Add, commit, push. Add, commit, push. Add, commit, push. All the time. All right, I'm going to save all of you a bunch of time. The up key scrolls through commands that you've done in command line. Be comfortable with the up key. All right. We add. Okay. Let's have a lot more discipline here. We're going to do our commit. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be a little bit more descriptive about what we changed. All right. We add, we commit, and then what do? We push. And we don't expect some simple thing here. All right. We do get push to the Heroku server, the master branch, and once again, it's not saving files. It deploys it. And everything's fine. It works completely. It successfully built. It ran. It launched. Everything's fine. All right? Let's check it out. We copy and paste. It's Young Ravine, HerokuApp.com. We're wanting to go to rest and then list. Let's see if we can do it. Rest / I don't think I spelled that right. Rest / list. Get all tickets. So, essentially, after seeing this, how many functions do you have to write? 3. Get tickets, add ticket, get a specific ticket. 3 endpoints, these endpoints inside of Node.js right here. Test, list, each one of them. Now, you can imagine one of them is a post inside of, where's the flux in here? It says there's one for a post. Well, I'm going to have to guess that you're going to do router dot, and hopefully there's a post down here. Post, and then you're going to have our string for ticket. Then we're going to, whatever this does, we're just going to copy and paste it here. Why is there a closed parentheses after that? What?
For the
Yeah, there it is. Alright. So that's how you do it. Y'all got it? We're doing it. Internet. GitHub. John W. Burns. I'm literally recording this to OBS right now. So you already have it in high def. Alright? So this is what we can do. Alright? Now, JSON objects inside of Node.js. I'm not going to go over it. It's too easy. Too easy. Alright? But all we're going to do when I say in memory, var. Let me try it one more time. Var ticket equals. We're going to put some stuff there. Alright? We're just going to have an array that's sitting there. Alright? Let me show you a couple of very useful things. By the way, you'll notice we totally abandoned the original Git repository that we used at the beginning. If we wanted to avoid that, we can go here. For personal apps, this CMPS 415 second section, let me look at all the things that I've got here. For deployment, deploy using Heroku Git. Create it. Here's the line. If I have some files, I do git init, and then I can set up the git remote, that's Heroku, to this particular one. Now let's see what happens when I go to this link in a little bit. Let me see. Okay, this is, no. All right, your app can be found at right here. So let's do copy, open link in new tab. All right, so right now it says welcome to your new app for the one I created inside of this. It has actually a cool name, not younger meaning and some numbers. All right, so it says in my links here for deploy, the directions on how to do it. First, we set up our new repository, but then we want to do this one right here, and we're just going to copy and paste this. Inside of our directory where we're doing things, we can set the remote directory to CMPS 415 second. That changes our remote repository that we're using. So now when we do a git push Heroku master, we take all of that committed and deployed source code. When it says what's going on, I can now go over to this. And remember how that CMPS 415 second.brokerat.com, by changing my remote directory in Git, I hit refresh. Now it's back to the app that we actually developed. So you can use much better names than the random crazy names. Alright, let me see if I can zoom in. No. Alright, the way Postman works is you don't have to use a browser at all to do any of this stuff. Postman, inside of this, I don't know if you can see it from where you're at, but it says you can select which type of request, either a GET or a POST or a PUSH or whatever they are. I don't even know what they do. But each type of request, and then you can put in the URL, and you can actually set all the parameters, and you can save it off. right? And it'll save every request that you build over here as a different test case. Y'all remember test-driven development when we used JUnit and had all that stuff? Postman allows you to do this by building a set of requests that you save over here. And every time you make a change, you can open up Postman and hit a run button. I don't remember where it is, but a run button that runs through all of these requests and checks to make sure that